Hello, and thank you for your interest in learning more about the joint MA-MBA program in the Stanford Graduate School of Education and the Stanford Graduate School of Business. My name is Diana Lopez, and I am the Associate Director of the joint MA-MBA program. This webinar will focus primarily on the MA in Education part of the joint degree program and the value that is added to a student's academic experience by pursuing the joint MA-MBA as opposed to the traditional MBA. The admissions process for the joint MA-MBA program is initiated through the Stanford Graduate School of Business. So we encourage you to review the GSB website at gsb.stanford.edu for more information about the academic structure and the admissions requirements of the MBA degree. In this webinar, I'll highlight some of the unique features of studying in the Stanford Graduate School of Education and the philosophy and structure of the joint degree program. I'll also speak a little about the optional internship component of the program and talk about how students tend to finance the joint degree. I'll provide an overview of the resources available to current students in preparing for the job search, as well as some of the careers our alumni have pursued following graduation. And finally, I'll give a brief overview of application requirements and tips for strengthening your application to the Master's in Education should you decide to apply. Within that, I'll provide some distinctions between the joint MA-MBA and our other leadership degree program in the School of Education, Policy, Organization, and Leadership Studies, or the POLS program, just in case you're one of the many applicants who are interested in both programs. When you research graduate schools, it is important to consider both what the institution as well as the specific degree program will offer you. Studying in the joint degree program, you really get access to Stanford as a whole. As a student in the Graduate School of Education, you'll find that the GSE has accessible faculty. We have small class sizes in the School of Education. For example, a class of 40 students is considered quite large, and many of our classes are open to both master's and PhD students from schools across campus, allowing for a unique blend of perspectives incorporating both theory and practice. In addition, professors may supervise independent studies, such as directed reading or directed research, for example, with joint degree students who are interested in learning more about a topic not covered in the course offerings during the academic year. Joint degree students may take up to 4 units of independent study towards their master's degree. The joint MA-MBA program was created in 1970, evolved to its current form in 2007, and has existed in some form for over 40 years now. We have approximately 40 to 50 students in the program, with about 20 to 25 students in their first year and another 20 to 25 students in their second year. We also have quite a collaborative culture, both within the School of Education and across the university. For example, we have a history of joint degree programs, and many of our courses are cross-listed in 2 or more departments. Students formally collaborate as they work on group projects and organize events, and they come together quite a bit informally as well. For example, the GSE Student Guild hosts end-of-the-quarter socials and organizes volunteer opportunities for students. The joint degree provides MBA students a unique opportunity to get a theoretical grounding in the field of education while gaining general management and leadership skills through the Applied Master of Business Administration. The mission of the joint MA-MBA program is to prepare students to act as successful change agents in a range of educational organizations across the public, private, and nonprofit sectors. The way we fulfill our mission is by equipping individuals with necessary skills through a carefully thought out yet flexible curriculum. The joint degree is a full-time 2-year program that spans over 6 to 7 quarters of the academic year. All courses for the program are taken on campus at Stanford University. Thematic clusters and concentrations help us to provide students with both the structure and the flexibility to pursue their academic interests. The program is structured such that in the first year, students spend most of their time at the business school, pursuing their core MBA curriculum and taking at least one class, the required pro seminar, at the School of Education during spring quarter. With careful planning, some students are able to take 1 or 2 additional courses towards their master's degree in the first year. During the summer, most MA/MBA students participate in an internship either through the Graduate School of Education or the Graduate School of Business. Joint degree students may apply to the Graduate School of Business's Center for Social Innovation for funding from the Stanford Management Internship Fund. This fund supports MBA students pursuing summer internships with nonprofits, government agencies, and some social purpose for-profit businesses by providing students with additional funding to increase the level of compensation they receive for their summer internship in case the organization they want to work with does not have the funds to compensate them at the same level as their MBA peers who are interning in for-profit organizations. In the summer before your second year, you will be assigned a faculty advisor with your input, and you will also receive a list of courses for the upcoming year. Students usually concentrate on their education program of study during their second year, choosing their concentration and taking some electives at the Graduate School of Business as well. The joint degree program sits at the cross-section of policy, organizational leadership, and teaching and learning. The program draws upon an interdisciplinary knowledge base that emphasizes both the organizational and policy contexts of education and the knowledge needed to lead within them. We believe it is important for students to understand historical policy decisions that have brought us to where we are today, and we want to make sure students equip themselves to be savvy consumers of research as well. We also want students to have an understanding of how to best operate within a variety of organizations. In the field of education, there are a number of organizational frameworks that will help you navigate smaller and larger organizations. We want to equip you to navigate them as well as possible. Finally, we want to make sure that students who graduate from the program have an understanding of the underpinnings of great teaching. Students are admitted to the joint MA/MBA program in general and elect to pursue either the pre-K-12 concentration or the higher education concentration of the MA program when they begin their second year of study. Concentrations are basically structured the same way with slight differences in the coursework required. Most joint degree students find that these two concentrations allow enough flexibility to pursue their interests. We have a handful of students each year who need more flexibility to design their program, and they propose an individually designed concentration, or IDC, around a coherent theme. In the petition for the IDC, students indicate why they need additional flexibility to pursue their academic interests related to the field of education. Students approved to pursue an IDC are still expected to meet cluster requirements of policy, organizational leadership, and teaching and learning, but the core courses used to fulfill those requirements will reflect the proposed concentration. The petition to pursue an IDC is usually due a few weeks before the beginning of the second year. Some examples of IDCs that have been approved in the past are education in the developing world and technology in education. So you may be asking yourself, how is it possible to complete a joint MA/MBA program in 2 years when the traditional MBA program is usually 2 years and the traditional MA is 1 year? The way that the program works is that on the GSB side, you take 84 units, which is slightly less than MBA-only students, and on the School of Education side, you complete 35 units, again, slightly less than the traditional MA students. And then the overlapping area you see there in the middle represents the 10 cross-listed units that may be counted towards both degrees. Cross-listed courses are ones that the faculty have determined to be worthy of GSB and GSE credit, and you can double count up to 10 cross-listed units. Just to clarify, here are a few examples of how this might work out. The first example shows a student who took advantage of the maximum cross-listed units to count toward both degrees. And so this particular student would count 74 towards the MBA, 25 toward the MA, and 10 toward both, meeting the 84 unit and 35 unit requirements. There are some students who go through the entire program and decide not to take any cross-listed units for one reason or another. And those students would not have any overlapping coursework, so they would need to take 84 units toward their MBA degree and 35 toward their MA degree. There are some students who choose to take just one course, for example, and this would work out to 80 plus 4 plus 31 units to meet those two requirements. A few joint MA/MBA students elect to pursue an internship through the School of Education each year. In the fall of 2012, we had approximately 60 internship opportunities available to our joint degree students. We are currently working with over 130 organizations, both on and off campus, to develop internship opportunities. Internships range from a 1-quarter to a 3-quarter commitment. Some internships are paid and others are offered for credit. We maintain an extensive list of internship opportunities each year, geared specifically toward the interests of POLS and joint MA/MBA students. Our internship specialist collaborates with organizations to ensure that internships provide valuable learning opportunities, which will help further students' career goals. We also work with students who are interested in an organization or internship opportunity that falls outside of our list to ensure that they have the support needed to develop an internship that will be mutually beneficial to both the student and the organization. One example of an opportunity to get hands-on experience at Stanford is the Higher Education Fellows Program. Students interested in the higher education concentration are often interested in pursuing an internship on campus at Stanford to get more applied experience at the university level. We have quite a few opportunities each year for students to apply to specific internship positions on campus and, under the Higher Education Fellows Program, earn a $1,000 quarterly stipend and attend quarterly meetings with the Vice Provost for Student Affairs and his executive team. Fellows also enroll in an internship workshop where they link their academic learning to real-world experience through in-class discussions, presentations, and reflective writing. Financial aid for joint degree students is administered through the Graduate School of Business. The Business School provides need-based fellowships, which you can find out more about on their website. The one fellowship that is administered through the School of Education for joint degree students is the Lemon Fellowship for Brazilian students. Lemon Fellows will be trained to play key roles in Brazil in the areas of educational policy, learning design, and educational entrepreneurship. Joint degree students are assessed GSB tuition for the first 6 quarters of their program. Should they decide to take an extra quarter to complete the joint degree, they will be charged the School of Education tuition rate. In addition to the many resources available to you through the Graduate School of Business's Career Management Center, you will have access to a wide variety of career resources within the Stanford Graduate School of Education. There are many people who will help you develop your career vision within the School of Education, including your program director, faculty, your advisor, and other faculty you connect with throughout the school, alumni in the School of Education and Stanford alumni in general, your peers, your internship supervisor should you pursue an internship, and of course the support available to you through the School of Education's Office of Career Resources, which provides career counseling and workshops. They also maintain a job board of nearly 200 active job listings at any given time in the Stanford EdCareers database. Here is a sample of the wide range of careers that joint degree alumni have gone on to following graduation, including Chief of Staff, Program Director, Vice President and Treasurer, Dean of Admissions, Manager of University Relations, and Vice President of District and Student Services. While our graduates pursue a wide variety of positions, they usually end up in some organizational leadership capacity. Once you graduate, you will find yourself with a new level of expertise and a wide spectrum of opportunities. Joint MA/MBA alumni have gone on to work in leadership positions with educational nonprofits, corporate, and governmental organizations. While some go directly into careers in the education sector, some first choose to pursue more typical MBA opportunities, such as consulting, for example, before circling back to the education sector. So what are we looking for? Joint MA/MBA students are intellectually engaged, entrepreneurial in their thinking, and passionate about education. Applicants should complete the regular MBA admissions process through the Graduate School of Business, and then when they indicate they are interested in the MA in education, they will be asked to complete an additional statement of purpose. In writing your statement of purpose, remember to highlight your interest, commitment, and experience in education, and how the joint degree will help further your academic and career goals. Although the master's program that students in the joint MA/MBA program pursue is unique to the program, it mirrors some of the aspects of another MA program in the School of Education called Policy, Organization, and Leadership Studies. I'll highlight some of the differences briefly because we have many prospective applicants who are interested in both programs. You may apply to both programs if you choose, but please note that the programs have separate application processes. In order to be admitted to the joint degree, you must first be admitted to the MBA program, and then your application will be forwarded to the School of Education for review. If you are not admitted to the MBA program, you will not be considered for the MA part of the joint degree. The joint degree shows that you have an interest and commitment to the field of education. It connects students more deeply to the field of education, to its practitioners, and research in the field than they would otherwise get with a traditional MBA only. With the first year in the business school, your degree will be more about leading organizations in general. If you're interested in the field of education, but are perhaps more interested in developing entrepreneurial or management skills, or might go into a field where a traditional MBA might be helpful in continuing along your career path, you may find the joint MA/MBA program more suited to your interests. The POLS program will give you a deeper grounding in the theory and more time to analyze policy and connect with practitioners within the field of education. If you are interested in pursuing a 9-month master's degree and see yourself primarily in the field of education following graduation, POLS is a program where you can get a strong foundation in policy, organizational leadership, inquiry and assessment, and teaching and learning. The POLS program provides enough flexibility to take a few courses throughout the university. Some students opt to take a few business school classes, for example, and have a real cohort experience while keeping sight of an educational challenge important to you throughout the year. With a 9-month program, you get back into the workforce quickly, making an impact using what you have learned. For more information, we encourage you to visit our website, which has a section on the differences and similarities between the two programs. For those of you who are interested in learning more about the MA/MBA program, please feel free to email me or the School of Education Admissions team using the contact information above if you have any questions about the program. You may also visit our website to register for an upcoming live chat if you have questions about the program. And for those of you who are able to do so, we encourage you to visit campus. We also encourage you to browse our current course offerings on explorecourses.stanford.edu and visit the Joint Degree website to learn more about the program. Please be sure to visit gsb.stanford.edu for more information about the MBA side of the program, as well as application requirements. This website is a great resource as the application is administered through the business school. And finally, for those of you interested in learning more about the Stanford Management Internship Fund I mentioned earlier, the link is posted above. This concludes our webinar. Thank you again for your interest in the joint MA/MBA program in the Stanford Graduate School of Education and the Stanford Graduate School of Business.